There you go. That's a band called Sand Rabbit, and the track comes from their album, if I've got it written down, The Panther Blade, which came out last year actually, and I know they've got a new album written, and hopefully they're recording it very soon. The track was called Burning the Ghost. Well, I'm very pleased to say that I'm now joined in the studio by the Moors. Good afternoon, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, there's lots of them. There's 5 of them. Let's fill up the studio. Welcome along. And I know Ken's going to do all the speaking, I believe. You've been elected.
I've been elected unanimously.
So, first question, obviously, is how did the band get together in the first place?
Right, we've been going for about 5 years now. We started when Elaine and I, who sort of founded the band, got together with Richard, who's a neighbour that we met quite soon after we moved to Hastings,
right.
Just about 10 years ago. And we started jamming together, and then we thought, wouldn't it be nice if we had a couple of people to join us, and then we could have a band? And we soon found Andy and Jenny, and that was it.
So, I mean, were you in groups before, or was this like the first band you ever been in, sort of thing, or not?
Well, we've never been in. I've never been in anything quite like this before, so it's a learning curve for me. We've all had various experiences in bands and other musical projects elsewhere. I mean, Andy drums for the Cajun Dogs as well, so he's only a part-time drummer for us. So we also have Russell Fields sitting in as drummer when Andy is unavailable.
Yeah. Gigging elsewhere.
Gigging elsewhere, yes.
So, I mean, you mentioned the Cajun Dogs, but I mean, the music you play as well is quite different. I mean, we had Louis Turpin and Roger Hubbard, and when I explained to them the sort of music that you do, they went, wow. So, I mean, how would you explain it? I know we're going to hear it in a minute, but pre-sell it.
Right, well, the phrase I came up with was Balkan klezmer folk rock fusion, which everybody goes blank at, so it's not very good, really. But it sort of encapsulates it, because we take our inspiration from, first of all, from rock, from folk rock, but also from Eastern European and Balkan influences, and even North African influences as well. So there's all that sort of swirling around in our music. And we do a mixture of traditional tunes from that part of the world, and our own compositions, which are kind of a fusion of all those influences.
So what made you play that sort of music rather than any of the other styles of music? Because it is quite unusual. I mean, it's great. It's great to have a band locally or in the studio playing that sort of thing, something a bit different. But so what made you choose that instead of the usual rock?
Well, first of all, because Elaine and I were listening to that kind of music and we loved it. And the second answer is, why not? I mean, why did Mick Jagger and Keith Richards start playing Delta blues back in the 60s? You know, because they found the music and they loved it and they made it their own. So we're doing something which is hopefully a little bit similar to that.
So, I mean, with that music, generally, I mean, we've got violinists here, is that sax, clarinet?
Soprano sax.
That's a sax, good. I'm glad I got that right. So, I mean, they're not unusual instruments, but you don't normally see them in sort of bands around and playing in the pubs and that. So, I mean, are there sort of classically trained musicians amongst you?
Yes.
And there's lots of people nodding their heads. Yes.
There are 3 classically trained musicians. I have no musical education at all, but we have 3, and nor has Andy.
But he's a drummer.
But he is a drummer. Fair enough.
I used to be a drummer myself. So
right. Okay. But the other 3 have had proper music training.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. And so we're going to hear it now. I believe you're going to do 4 songs for us. Is that correct? Right. So take it away, the Moors.
Okay, Andy. And we're going to start off with a number which is on our recent EP. And it's a Serbian, well, it's a Balkan gypsy number called Ederlezi.